If you have just been diagnosed with MECFS, you have probably heard phrases like, hey, manage your energy, or listen to your body. And maybe you are thinking, yeah, okay, but how? Hello, I am Amy Amaya, and in this channel, I share my experience of living with MECFS. Welcome to my Chronicas. What energy management really means? Okay, when people in the MECFS community say, manage your energy, they don't mean just rest more. Of course, rest is definitely needed and it helps. But what they actually mean is start noticing what drains you, what restores you, and kind of begin shaping your day around those things. At first, it's very frustrating. In my case, I just wanted to go back to normal, but managing energy with MECFS is like learning a new rhythm for your new life. It's definitely a skill, as I already mentioned. And once you start practicing uh, this new skill, this new art, things can shift in a positive way. This is not going to happen overnight, just let me tell you that, but enough to feel a little bit more in control of your life. And that, at least for me, was great news. So here is what helped me get started. Start with awareness, not control. Although you already might sense I like to have my things under control, but that is something you will also learn, that sometimes you cannot control everything, but you can be aware of many things. So in this case, you don't need a symptom diary. A lot of people actually advise you to track everything. In my case, to go into the nitty gritty of the details was too much. I was getting more worried, I was getting more stressed, and it became kind of a second job, which I couldn't keep up with. So, what I started to do was just to check in with myself a few times a day. Then notice when you feel okay and when things start kind of feeling different. At this point, you can start shrinking your to-do list a lot, and I mean a lot. Instead of asking, what can I do today? Try asking, what can I do without pushing past my limits? That tiny uh, difference in perspective helped me to stop feeling like I was failing. You know what I mean? Anyways, this is the time when you need to start being or start learning how to be a little bit more kind with yourself. Because believe me, you need a lot of kindness, not from the rest of the world, but coming also from inside. Now, here you can start building a little bit of recovery time within your own schedule. Even if you feel fine, don't wait till you crash to start recovering. Please try to be proactive here. So this was very hard for me. So what I do now is that I add short rest periods, so to say, in between things. And it has made a big difference. I still work a normal job, 9 to 5 job. And I started scheduling in my Outlook those recovery things or those recovery spaces. And I did it every hour, 6, 10 minutes, more than enough, at least in the beginning. Learn your signals. Some people feel brain fog, others get pain, others get irritable or very sad. For me, I already mentioned it was some tension hitting the head or even in the jaw and in the shoulders. It took me some time, but now I can catch those early signs before I crash. And please note, those early signs might also change over time. In the beginning were the ones I already mentioned, but over time, those things just didn't happen anymore. Then I start hearing the palpitations here in this side of my head. Nowadays, I don't feel palpitations anymore. I actually identify a new signal, let's say, and it's that I start feeling like my throat is inflamed, like when you have a really bad flu, but out of nowhere. I have no flu. So I just pay attention. I just kind of develop this awareness. And then I say, okay, it's time for me to stop and rest before everything just brings me to a very big crash. Now, let me say this clearly. Energy management isn't something you get right on day one, not even on month one. It's something you practice slowly, kindly, and it requires a lot of trial and error. Please remember, you are not lazy, you are not imagining things. You're just learning how to live in a body that needs a different kind of care right now. And that's not weakness, that is actually a new game wisdom. So let's frame it in that way. So if everything feels overwhelming right now, pause and take a breath. You don't have to fix it at all today. Just start where you are. Start by noticing, start by resting before the crash and not after. And just know that this is a long game and you are not alone in it. Sometimes that doesn't help, but in my case, to know that there were other people having similar experiences and that they could bring themselves out of them over time, but they could do it, actually gave me some sort of hope, much needed hope, I would say. So, if you're still figuring things out, I would like to know what has been the hardest part so far. Let me know your questions or your comments, or how can I support you from here where I am. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.